Hi everyone, today we are going to make this beautiful Princess Elsa hat. It's very popular in the movie Frozen, and I know this has been very popular this year already, so I kind of saw a picture of the character and kind of made my own variation of her style, Princess Elsa. So we're going to be making this hat first, then we are going to make the snowflake, and then last we are going to make the super long chunky braid for the hair, which falls down the side of the hat. So we're going to make a child size hat today. This will fit ages 5 to 8. And I do not have the pattern written yet, but if you see the link will eventually make its way into the description of this video for the pattern for all sizes from infant to adult. So make sure you look out for that. Also like and subscribe to this video so you can see it over and make as many hats of these as you want. And also join our Facebook. Our description will show the link to our Facebook so you can see all of my crochet videos. But let's get started on this hat. So what you'll need, I'm using Red Heart yarn, Red Heart designer brand. So I have baby blue, just a light blue. You can use any worsted weight yarn, but I use Red Heart. Baby blue, then there's turquoise, which is like the turquoise color. And then this one is called Aran, which will be the last round of the hat and the braid. And then lastly, I have this thin white sparkle yarn, which actually, it's a Red Heart yarn. I don't know the exact name of it. Obviously, I don't have the label on it. But you can use thread, white thread, or some type of thin white yarn that will make a snowflake. So if you can find this yarn, it's just Red Heart yarn with sparkle on it. It's really pretty, and I think it'll give a nice shimmer to the snowflake. So let's get started. We're going to start out with baby blue and work our way with the turquoise and just make this shell of a hat first, and then we'll make the snowflake. So you'll need an H size hook, which is 5 millimeters. For the snowflake, we are going to use an E size hook, or a 3.5 millimeter, but we'll hold off on the E size right now. We're just going to use the H hook for the hat shell. So let's get started. You need to do a slip knot. If you're unsure on how to make a slip knot, there are other videos out there to show you. And chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, and in the third chain from the hook, you're going to do 9 half double crochets. Okay, so yarn over, go into that third loop, third chain from the hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. That's a half double crochet. So do 8 more in there. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, and again. And notice that I am crocheting over the top of my straggler so that it will save me sewing time later. So let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more. 8 and 9. Okay, and then we're going to slip stitch to our first half double crochet of that round, and then chain up 2, and we'll go on to round number 2, which is 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So in this very first one that we chained up 2, we're going to go right into there. And we're going to do 2 half double crochet, and then in the next one 2 half double crochet, and just continue doing 2 half double crochet all the way around. And you should have 18 half double crochet when you hit the end of this round, so I'll meet you back up when I have 18. Okay, now we're gonna just slip stitch to the first half double crochet on our round, and we'll move up to round number 3. So just chain 2, and then we're going to do, every other one will have 2 half double crochets, which means 2 half double crochets in this first one right here where we chained up 2. So in this very first one, do 2 half double crochet, and then in the next one do 1 half double crochet, and then in the next one do 2 half double crochet, and then in the next one just do 1 half double crochet. Oops, let me get some yarn here. Okay, so 2 half double crochet, and then just 1 half double crochet, and then 2, and then 1. So just continue doing 2 and then 1 in each stitch around, and you should have 27 half double crochet all the way around by the end of this round. So I'll meet you back up when I'm ready to slip stitch to the beginning. Alright, so now I'm just gonna slip stitch to the beginning half double crochet of this round, and then I'm going to chain up 2 for round number 4. We're going to do 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then in the next one do 2 half double crochet, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so repeat, do 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then again 2 in the same, and then 1 in the next 2. So continue doing that around, and you should have 36 half double crochets at the end of this round. So I'll meet you back up when I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. Okay, now on this next round, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, and now this next round we're actually gonna change color because we want to do this little thin turquoise stripe right here, and that's with single crochet. So let's get our turquoise, and do not attach your yarn yet. Like, don't go up to round number 5 yet. We're gonna get number 5, or round number 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so to attach new yarn, to change color, don't slip stitch yet. You're gonna go in like you're going to slip stitch. So go into that first half double crochet like we're going to slip stitch, but don't slip stitch with the light blue. Okay, we're gonna slip stitch with the new color. So what I do is usually just take a little straggler side like that, bend it over my finger, and just slip it over the hook and pull it all the way through. Okay, and then pull tight on your stragglers. Okay, and those will be in the back, and we'll sew those in later. Just chain up 1 and secure that, and go straight into that same stitch that you just slip stitched into. Do a single crochet. Okay, and then do another single crochet in that same stitch, because we're still increasing. So we'll do 2 single crochets in the first and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Okay, and then 2 single crochet. Remember, this is single crochet. 2 in there, and then 1 in the next 3. Okay, then 2 single crochet, and then 1 in the next 3, and then 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3. So continue doing that around. You'll have 45 single crochet all the way around, and then I'll meet you back up when we're ready to go on to round number 6. Alright, so now we're going back to the light blue color. So again, to do a slip stitch, we're going to go into that first single crochet of that round, and instead of picking up the turquoise color, we're going to go back to picking up the light blue color. So slip stitch with the light blue color. Okay, and pull all your stragglers tight, and then chain up 2 with the light blue color. There we go, 1 and 2. And make sure you pull everything tight so that it looks good here. There we go. Alright, and we're still increasing. So let's see here, we're going to do half double crochet 2 into the first stitch. So that same stitch that we chained up 2, we're going to do 2 half double crochet. Okay. And then 1 in the next 4. 1 half double crochet in the next 4. So we're back to half double crochets this round. Okay. And then 2 half double crochets together in the same stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Okay, and then 2 in the same stitch, and then 1 in the next 4 stitches. Alright, so by the end of this round you should have 54 half double crochets all the way around. So keep doing your increases, and then I'll meet you back up when we're going on to the next round. And the next round we won't be using the turquoise, we'll just be using the same light blue. So I'll meet you back up at the next round. Okay, so I just did all my increases for this round. I have 54 half double crochets, so I'm going to slip stitch to the first stitch of this round. And before I move on, I'm just going to snip my yarn that I've been holding on to. Alright, and if you want to secure the ends on these, you certainly can. So what I usually do is, I know a lot of people say don't tie knots in your crochet, but I do anyway, so you can do it however you like. And then I'll just sew these in at the end. Okay. So moving on to the next round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So round 7, we are not doing any increases. We're just going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So chain up 2 and work 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way around. For round number 7, you should have 54 half double crochets at the end of this round, so continue doing that. Again, there are no increases on this round, so I'll meet you back up for the next round, which we will be alternating colors. So you have to pay a lot of attention to the next round, because even though this round is really easy, the next round is going to be a little difficult to make those little dots with the turquoise. So I'll show you how to do that once I'm done with this round. I'll meet you back up. Okay, so now I'm back to the beginning, and we're going to actually slip stitch with the turquoise. So we're not going to go slip stitch and like go with the light blue. We're going to change color on this round, and we're also going to be increasing on this round, so it's going to be a little difficult, so you'll have to really pay attention to this round. Since this is a child size hat, again, it will fit size ages 5 to 8, so maybe even to age 10. So slip stitch with the turquoise, okay, but do not cut your yarn for the light blue, because we're going to be dragging both of these along the edge all the way around, okay? So chain up 2 with the turquoise, 1 and 2, and do, okay, so now this is going to be a little difficult. So start doing a half double crochet. So yarn over and go into that same stitch, okay, and we're going to be crocheting over the top of this light blue, okay? Disregard this piece right here. Okay, so we're going to we're going to yarn over with the turquoise, but crochet over the top of the light blue, like this. But we're not going to yarn over with the turquoise and pull through. We're going to change yarn over with the light blue, and pull through those turquoise loops. Okay? So now we have blue on our hook, light blue on our hook. Okay, so now we're going to go into the same stitch because we're going to increase. So we're going to go in the same stitch, yarn over and do a regular half double crochet with the light blue. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through all 3 with the light blue. Then in the next stitch, just do a regular half double crochet with the light blue, okay, and remember, crochet over the top of the turquoise, okay, we're crocheting over the top of both colors. Then in the next stitch, okay, so the increases go like this: 2 in the first stitch, 1 in the next 8 stitches, okay, for a total of 60 stitches. So we increased 2 in the first stitch, the turquoise and the light blue, then 1 in the next, and then for this next one we're going to yarn over with the light blue and go in to the stitch, but we're going to, and then we're going to yarn over with the light blue like this and pull through. So we have 3 loops on our hook, but then we're going to switch the yarn and yarn over with the turquoise and pull all the way through like this, okay? And so now we have turquoise on our loop, or on our hook. So now we're going to do 1 half double crochet of the turquoise. So in the next stitch we're going to go in and crochet over the top of the light blue and yarn over with the turquoise and pull through, but then we drop the turquoise and we pick up the light blue and yarn over and pull all the way through all 3 loops on the hook, okay? Then just do 2 regular half double crochets with the light blue like normal, and then, but you know what, we have to, see, I keep doing this, you have to crochet over the top of the turquoise. So let's do that again. So crochet over the top of the turquoise, doing 2 regular half double crochets in the next 2 stitches, or I'm sorry, 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, like that, 1 and 1, crocheting over the top of the turquoise. The next one we are going to switch, so we're doing 1 turquoise, 3 light blue, 1 turquoise, 3 light blue, and so on, but also continuing to do the increase and also continuing to crochet over the top of the straggler. So next one is we're going to be changing the color. So yarn over, go in, yarn over with the light blue, pull through, change to turquoise, yarn over and pull through all three. Then yarn over with the turquoise, go into the next stitch. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. And then, so go in with the turquoise, yarn over, pull through, change to light blue, and pull through. Okay, and then do, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So do one of the regular half double crochets with the light blue, and then in the next one we're going to be doing our two half double crochets in the same stitch, because now we're going to do our increase, because we have 2 here and then 1 in the next 8. Okay, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now this is our increase stitch. So do a regular half double crochet with the light blue, making sure you crochet over the top of this, and then we're going to be switching the color now. So yarn over, go in with the light blue, yarn over, then pull through, and then we're going to switch to turquoise, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, that was our increase stitch right there. And then do in the next 8 1 half double crochet, but remember to switch the colors, so just keep watching how I'm doing this, and hopefully you can copy the same way I'm doing this. And even though I won't talk now for the rest of this, but you can continue watching this whole round. Okay, so I'll go really slow so you can see. Oops. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what I did was, you can see, I mean, you can kind of see the inside of the, like the turquoise in here, but at the end it'll be all nice and hidden. So you'll only see these little specks of turquoise. Now I'm on my next increase, so I did 2 in the same, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then I need to do 2 in the same here, but this is it's going to be a turquoise and a light blue in the same stitch for this one. So you'll just have to make sure that you're counting right and doing the coloring right for the increases. So remember, it's 2 in the same, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So the end of this round we'll have 60 half double crochets. But just continue to crochet over the top of the stragglers so that they can continue to go all the way around, so you can just keep picking up the stitch, or picking up the yarn. I mean, once you get the hang of this, you'll be able to, you know, zoom right by. It's just a lot of coordination and not forgetting to yarn over with the right color, and then making sure that your increases are right too. See, I did way too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I keep doing this too. So I have to make sure that my increases are right, in the right spot. Okay, so I've done, you know, more than half of this piece, so just continue doing this all the way around, and I will meet you back up when I'm on my last few stitches. Alright, so I'm coming up on the last few stitches here, and we still want to crochet over the top of the straggler, but since I'm doing the last 3 as light blue, I don't have to, at the very last one, yarn over with the turquoise. I just yarn over with the light blue. And then we'll want to snip a significant amount of the turquoise, because we're done using that for this round. And then the next round will just be baby blue. So you want to slip stitch to the beginning, after I untangle this, there we go. You want to slip stitch to the beginning with the light blue that we still have on our hook. There you go. Okay, and then this round will be our last increase, but it's not an increase like you think we've been doing. It's just 2 increases, so 1 on the beginning and 1 on the other side, because we want 62 stitches. We have 60 stitches right now, 60 half double crochets around. So on this round, it's just blue, and we'll do chain up 2 and do an increase. So 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, which would be that turquoise one from the last round. And then 1 in the next, let's see, 29. 1 in the next 29 stitches. And then we'll do another increase, and then 1 in each stitch until the end. So you'll have 62 stitches. So just continue going on your way. Let's see here. We could probably just do this whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Alright, so then the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. So do 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and then do 1 half double crochet in each stitch till the end, and you'll have 62 half double crochets on this round, and I'll meet you back up when I'm done with this round. Alright, so now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning here, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so round 10, 11, and 12 will just be 1 half double crochet in each stitch around with the light blue. So chain up 2 and do 1 half double crochet in that stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around with the light blue, And then after round 12, we will be switching to the turquoise. So for round number 13. So continue doing the 3 rounds, so 10, 11, and 12 rounds. Do just 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and then on round 12 at the very end, don't slip stitch with the light blue, slip stitch with the turquoise, and we will meet back up when I'm ready to do that. Alright, so I did my 3 rounds of just 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and there's 62 stitches all the way around. So now on this next round, round 13, we're going to switch to turquoise. So we're not going to yarn over with the light blue, we're going to yarn over with the turquoise to make our slip stitch in our first stitch, like so, and then chain 1, and then do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So again, you'll have 62 single crochet in each stitch around. Just go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. So do 1 single crochet with the turquoise in each stitch around, and then on the next round we'll slip stitch with the light blue again to do 1 round of just light blue in half double crochets. So I'll meet you back up when I'm ready to do that. So just do one single crochet in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back up when I am ready to slip stitch. Alright, so I did 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and we're gonna go into the first single crochet here, but we're going to slip stitch with the light blue because our next round is just going to be light blue here. So then chain up 2, and then we'll do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So continue with 1 half double crochet. Remember, half double is yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. So continue doing 1 half double crochet with the light blue all the way across, or all the way around, and then I'll meet you back up for the next round, which is going to be like this round, the confusing round. So let's do this, and then we'll move on to the next round for that. Alright, so now on to this next round. We're going to be doing the alternating, the turquoise, the 3 blue, turquoise, and 3 blue. Luckily though, on this round it's not as confusing as this other round because we're not going to be increasing on this round, so it's not so much confusion. So let's slip stitch to the beginning here, but we're going to be slip stitching with the turquoise, starting wherever my turquoise is. There it is. Yeah, and we'll sew in the ends later, so just don't get those confused. So slip stitch with the turquoise, and then chain up 2, and then do, okay, so now this is where the confusion starts. So make sure you crochet over the top of the light blue here, yarn over, go into that same stitch, crochet over the top of this, yarn over with the turquoise, pull through, switch to light blue, yarn over, and pull through all 3, and then do 2 regular, oh, make sure you crochet over the top of the turquoise, Nadia, there we go. Okay, so crochet a half double crochet with the blue in each of the next 2 stitches like regular, and then in the next stitch yarn over, go through, yarn over with the light blue, pull through, then yarn over with the turquoise and pull through all 3. And then in the next one, yarn over and go in, yarn over with the turquoise, pull through, yarn over with the light blue and pull through all 3. Okay, then do 2 regular normal half double crochets with the light blue. Make sure to crochet over the top of that straggler. And then in the next stitch, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through with the light blue, then yarn over with the turquoise and pull through all 3. Yarn over with the turquoise, go in, yarn over with the turquoise, pull through, yarn over with the light blue, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Do 2 normal half double crochets with the light blue, then with the light blue yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over with the light blue, pull through, yarn over with the turquoise and pull through all 3. Then yarn over with the turquoise and go into the next stitch, yarn over with the turquoise, pull through, then yarn over with the light blue and pull through all 3 loops that are on the hook. Okay, so you kind of get it. There's no increases on this round, which is nice, so just continue this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you back up then when we have done this round here, like so. Alright, so at the end of this round, I noticed that there's only going to be 1 blue left. Here, I'll show you. Which is okay, because it's just the back side, so it's not like anybody's going to see that. But if you wanted to, you could just continue like a whole string of blue, starting from here. That would be fine, but it's okay. So, at the end, just yarn over with the blue, make sure that this turquoise is pulled through, and you're going on to the next round. We're just going to do, we're going to just use the blue, so you could even cut the turquoise out here and slip stitch to the first stitch of the round with the light blue, and then chain up 2, and then just do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around with the light blue, and then the next round will be, the next 2 rounds will be using turquoise. So here, I'm going to get rid of my turquoise here. So just do 1 half double crochet with the light blue for this round, and then for the next round we'll change color. So I'll meet you back up when I have this round finished with just 1 half double crochet at each stitch around for 62 half double crochets. Alright, so in this next, so I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, but I'm not going to slip stitch with the light blue. I'm going to slip stitch with the turquoise. So let's slip stitch with the turquoise color, and then in the next 2 rounds we're just going to do 1 half double crochet with the turquoise. So chain up 2 and do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and then do 2 rounds of this. Okay, so this round and the next round will be just 1 half double crochet in each stitch around with the turquoise color. So continue doing that, and I will meet you back up when I'm done with my second round. Alright, so now I finished my 2 rounds of the 1/2 double crochet, so now we are on to the last round of our hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yep, round 19. This is just going to be single crochet, and it's going to be with our off-white color. You can use, pure white if you want. I know in the movie Princess Elsa has like blonde hair, so I used an off-white color, which is Red Heart Aran, so you can use the same one, or if you are unable to get this type of yarn where you live, you can get an off-white color, or plain white, it's up to you. So just slip stitch with the off-white color, and we're going to do 1 single crochet, so chain up 1, and then we'll do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and then we will fasten off, and then we'll make the snowflake and the braid, and we'll have our lovely hat. So just continue doing 1 single crochet all the way around, and then I'll meet you back up when I'm ready to fasten off. Alright, so I made 1 single crochet in each stitch around. I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and to fasten off I just chain up 1, trim my yarn, and pull all the way through and secure it tight. So that's fastening off, and there's our hat. We're going to sew in all these ends later. So there's the actual hat part. Now you can just use just this hat if you'd like. This is really pretty just for a hat. You can change up the colors and use whatever colors you want for if you just want the hat. But we're going to make the Princess Elsa style. So we're going to make next is this pretty snowflake, and then we're going to sew it to the hat. And then the last thing we'll do is make the beautiful long braid. So get your thin white yarn. Mine has sparkles in it. It is a Red Heart brand, but I don't know the exact name to it as I don't have the label. But what you'll need for this snowflake is the E size hook, 3.5 millimeters. Okay, so for the snowflake, just do a slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, again, there are other videos to show you. And with your E-sized hook, 3.5 millimeter hook, just chain 2, 1 and 2, and then do 12 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So you'll have 12 single crochet in there all the way around. So continue doing that. I'll meet you back up when I have 12 single crochet in this. Alright, so then we just want to slip stitch to the very first single crochet of that round. So we have 12 single crochet. So then chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. This is around number 2. And we're going to, this chain up 3 actually counts as a double crochet. Okay, so that one's going to count. So then do 1 double crochet in that first stitch we actually chained up in that stitch. So do 1 double crochet in that same stitch right there. Then it says to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then do a double crochet in the next stitch, and again 1 double crochet in the next stitch, okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do a double crochet in the next one, and a double crochet in the next one, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then do a double crochet in the next stitch, and a double crochet in the next, or the last stitch, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to slip stitch to the third chain, the top chain of that first chain 3. Okay. Alright, going on to round number 3, we're going to chain 1 and do a single crochet in that same stitch that we just chained up 1 in. Okay, and then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the fourth chain from the hook, so count 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to do a slip stitch. So go in, pull through, and pull through. Okay, then we're going to chain up 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in that sixth chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and do a slip stitch in the fourth chain from the hook. Then it says slip stitch into that fifth chain from the first chaining. Okay, so you can see it here. So slip stitch in first chain of that chain 5 that we did in the beginning. Okay, so slip stitch back to there, like so. We're making a picot here. Okay, and then do a single crochet in the next double crochet back down on round 2. Okay, single crochet. Alright, then in this chain space, this chain 3 space right here, we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 2, and 2 single crochet. Okay, then we're going to single crochet in this next double crochet from round 2, and then we're going to make our next picot. So you can see this is the picot right there. Looks like a little T. Okay, so repeat that, then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the fourth chain from the hook, do a slip stitch, then chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and do a slip stitch to the sixth chain from the hook, and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do a slip stitch to the 4th chain from the hook, and then do a slip stitch to the 5th chain from the first grouping there. And then do a single crochet in the next double crochet of the last round. Okay, and then in the next chain 3 space you're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 2 and 2 single crochet, and now we're going to do another picot. Okay, so do a single crochet into that double crochet from the last round, chain up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 4th chain from the hook, do a slip stitch, oh come on, okay, and then do a chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the 6th chain from the hook, do a slip stitch, chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 4th chain from the hook, do a slip stitch, and then slip stitch in that first chain from that chain 5 group, stitch, and then do a single crochet in the double crochet from round 2, see, we're making these, okay, then in the next chain 3 space we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 2 and 2 single crochet, and then we're going to do a single crochet into this double crochet right here, and then chain up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slip stitch in the 6th chain from the hook, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook, slip stitch into the 5th chain from that first chaining, and then do a single crochet into the next double crochet from round 2, and there's your picot. Then in the next chain 3 space we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 2 and 2 single crochet. Okay, so you kind of get this pattern, so do it twice more and then I'll meet you back up when I'm ready to join. Alright, so then once I did the last picot, I'm just gonna, in the last chain 3 space, just single crochet 2, chain 2, and then do 2 single crochet back in that same chain 3 space, and then slip stitch to the beginning and fasten off, and make sure you fasten off with a really long tail because we're going to sew this to the hat. So make sure it's pretty long and fasten off like that, and there's your snowflake. And you can choose to block this if you want, but I'm not going to since I'm just going to sew it on. I can probably manipulate the picots to form the way I need them to because they kind of bunch up. So you want to make sure you stretch them out and make them look fancy. So let's attach this. Let's see, so the back of your hat, you can see, is right here. You can see this invisible seam is here, but you can definitely tell that's the seam. So that's going to be toward the back. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over, and this is the front. And we want to make sure that the snowflake is off to the side here. And make sure that you want it right where you want it, right there. And then sew that to the hat. Okay, just keep going in and out, all the way around. And then I'll meet you back up when I have my snowflake attached to my hat, and then I will show you how to make the braid, and then we'll be finished. Okay, so now I've sewed on my snowflake here, and I actually did sew in all the ends too and the inside, so you can do that on your own time. But now we're ready for the hair. So this is going to be a little bit complicated. What I ended up doing is putting out my tape measure, and I took the off-white color of yarn, and I measured it out. Should be 48 inches. Let me see. No, that's wrong. It was about 2.5 yards long, which is 48 inches folded in half. Okay, so I took really long strands because this braid is going to be really long. So I measured out, and then I cut 62 strands. Okay, so that's what you're going to want to do, is cut the 62 strands of that yarn. So you'll have it here. And now this is the time consuming, tedious part, is what you're going to have to do is take one strand at a time. Since we did 62, it will fit in each stitch around. You're going to fold it in half like so, and then take your hat, and you can start anywhere since it's going to be in any stitch or every stitch around. Just go into one of the stitches at the last round and go in from the front and pull that through, and then take that loop and pull the strand through that whole thing. Okay, and then pull that tight. Okay, so that's going to be one strand. So then take the next strand, and the rest of the strands you'll just do this, is fold it in half evenly, take the loop end like this, go in to the very next one and pull it up and through, and pull the yarn through that, and then pull tight. Okay, I'll show you a couple of more of them. Take the yarn, fold it in half, and then go in through the front with your crochet hook, latch it on, pull that through, pull the yarn all the way through like this, and then pull tight, and then you have your long hair. So continue doing that all the way around in every single stitch around. You know, if you wanted, you know, maybe thinner hair, not as thick, if you wanted just a small braid, you could do like every other round, or do 3 and then skip 1 and then do the next 3, skip 1, etc. So it's really up to you, however thick you want your braid to be. I just think, you know, having more full braid, doing it this way will be perfect. So I mean, it's really up to you, however much yarn you have and however much hair you want your princess to have. So continue doing this all the way around, and then I'll meet you back up when I have all of this attached, and I'll show you how to do the braid. Alright, so now I have all my hair attached, all the yarn attached for the hair, for the braid. So now you want to decide where you want to part the hair. So you want it more off to this side, opposite from the snowflake. So I'm thinking probably right here, about 3 or 4 stitches in. You want to part the hair like so, and then separate it so that this comes in the back and this comes in the front. Okay, then you'll want to take sections of the hair in 3 sections, okay? And you can kind of see that I'm already curling this up, trying to shape the yarn to look like the hair. So separate it in 3 equal sections, and I'll try to do that. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, so let me just try to quickly do that. One in the front, one in the back, and then one on the other side. Okay. Alright, now the one in the front, you're going to want to spin it upward, like this. Okay, like twist it upward. Okay, and make sure the whole thing is twisted. Okay, then we're going to move to the back. You may want to, wrap something around it or do something with it so that it doesn't lose its place. But then flip it over, and then the back side, flip it up, but the opposite way. And make sure it looks good. Okay, like that. So that's twisted all nicely, and the front is twisted. Okay, and then we have this side section, which we're just going to leave straight because that's the middle of the braid. Okay, so now we have all these sections all twisted up. So now you can start your braid. What I would do is start braiding from the back one first, so the right side first, going over the top of that middle group right here, but making sure not to pull too tight on your hat. So you want to make sure that your hat isn't bunching up. Okay, if only I had 5 hands. Okay, then go for the left one over, and then the right one over. And you want to kind of braid, a little bit loose. You don't want it to be too tight. Okay, and once you get like 4 times in, like that, you want to stretch it out to make sure that the hat is actually, not going to be a mess. And it will take some trial and error, obviously, so I've had to redo this braid about 5 times. It was my first hat, so if it's messy like this, you obviously want to redo it. I'm gonna take this apart and redo it. So just twist this front part up and twist the back part up and then braid it up. So once I get going, once I have that part going, then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I twisted it nicely and I have it started out. So what I want to do now is take a piece of the yarn that I had an extra piece actually. I find it easiest is if you tie it right here with the same color yarn. That way it will secure it. So if you take one of those really long pieces and just tie it tightly right up top here, like that, just in a knot. You know, you could even do a triple knot. Nobody's gonna see it. So, okay. And then you could just let those loose and put it inside of the braid, like so. And just continue braiding as if you never even tied it up here. Okay? And then just make your braid semi-loose. You know, you don't want it obviously too loose where it's gonna fall out, but you do want it loose so that it looks like thick hair. I mean, it's pretty thick anyway with all this yarn. So then just continue braiding. Obviously, if you're not sure how to braid, just keep watching what I'm doing. Braid all the way to the end, and then take another strand of that yarn and tie it just like how we did up here. Tie it at the very bottom again, and then I'll show you how to make the blue tie, like the hair tie at the end as well. So continue braiding and then I'll show you what my braid looks like in the end. Alright, so I finished the braid. I'm at the very end. So what I want to do is take another one of those pieces of yarn of the same color and tie it around the very bottom of this braid to kind of secure it. And that'll be covered. So then you want to take, or actually we can show the hat first, how it looks. So you'll have to obviously stretch it a little bit to make sure that it will fit the size head. Again, this is a child size hat. And just manipulate the yarn until it looks good. There you go. There's the hat. Okay. And then I might clip it up a little bit up there. So you can, you know, obviously tie another piece of yarn in there to make this flip up a little better. So just manipulate the yarn however you'd like, and then there's the braid there. So now take the turquoise yarn. We're gonna make the tie real quick. All it is, just slip knot and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Chain 26, cut your yarn, pull that through, and pull tight. And then you want to sew in those ends. really quickly, like this. And sew in this end. Okay, and there's your tie. So then you take the bottom of your braid, like this, and just tie it in a knot, really tight. And there's that. Okay, and then very last thing we're going to do is, obviously this is really ugly, so we are going to cut this even. So you just want to measure it even, you know, across. Even if there's just a few short ones, that's okay. But just trim then like a hairstylist. If you can get your scissors to cut it. There you go. And there you have your lovely Elsa hat, Princess Elsa from the movie Frozen. There's the hat. Lovely. I think once it's on the head, it will stretch this out so that it'll look good. But you can see the back side looks fabulous. So thank you so much for watching and learning this tutorial. Make sure to look in the description for our Facebook page, and also the pattern will find its way into the description very soon. I haven't written all the sizes. I've only written the one for the child size, which is what we made today. That will fit size ages 5 to 8, maybe size age 10. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials, and also join the Facebook like I said earlier, so you can get the updates on all of our crochet videos. So thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.